do I even start? Let me give you a little bit of, there we go. There we go. Kind of give you some ambiance. Here I am at the ABC studios. It is now exactly 12:25 a.m. on the ninth day of June. Okay? So to give you an idea of the perspective, I have been up probably all night long in what can only be seen as a wake-up call, ladies and gentlemen. A wake-up call, dear friends. Come on, join in, join the fun, join the frolic. A wake-up call into a horror show that I never thought even possible. There we are. Everybody's joining. Come on in, give me a 5x5. Make sure you know I'm here. This is the president's finest hour. Sam joins us, and let me get my trusty iPad device out, which is the best thing. President Trump, this is your hour, sir. This is your hour. They are absolutely taunting you, sir. Taunting you. Putting him in a position where they are saying, come on, bring it on. Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, you got to take Gavin Newsom out politically. By the way, let me just say something. Whenever I say things like destroy and whatever, I mean politically. I'm not in any way advocating in the slightest any form of negativity and the like. That is not what I am saying. Please do not think so. Please do not in any way suggest or imply or even insinuate that I am in any way advocating this thing called violence. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am doing is, this is a dream come true for MAGA, for the president, to stand up and say, I am in charge. This is what I'm going to do. Let me show you what's happening. Let me make sure I get the latest live here. Here we go. I'm going to get your thoughts and comments. I'm going to go here. It's a damn good-looking group of people. I'm looking at a damn good-looking group of people here. Let me see here. There we go. And there we have it. And let's see who's watching, my friends. Let's see who. There we go. Look at this. Freddie's there. You are so on target. Thank you. I love this. I love this. This is incredible. Thank you, GJ Cody. Florida here. Angelica Creek. Rhode Island's in the house. This is it. This is it. Six String said, do you ever sleep? Never, sir. Never. When the country needs us, to stand behind our president, to stand behind our beloved republic. Are you kidding me? There's no time for sleep. The president doesn't sleep. Why should you? There's plenty of time for napping. Hey, get a little nap here and there. You don't need to sleep. Sleeping's overrated. Now let's go through a couple of things here. First and foremost, a couple of great spots to go to, where I go to immediately, right off the bat, who have been terrific. And that is the one, the only, Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been his just Sunday emergency broadcast. Trump sends National Guard to Los Angeles as leftists launch their promised insurrection. We're talking about maybe the Marines. This is just incredible. There is so much, my friends, so much to bring to your attention. And I don't even know where to start. And what is so terrific about this, and what is so great about this, is that we have so many sources for this. What a lot of people are doing is the folks on the left. Well, first of all, they're gone. They really don't know. The left have no interest whatsoever in doing anything but countermanding the president. And that's it. Let me make sure we understand this. Let's make sure we get this out of the way. The left has absolutely no interest whatsoever in doing anything other than whatever hurts the president. whatever they think hurts the president. They couldn't care less about Los Angeles. They couldn't care less about insurrection. It's not anything they care about. I'm looking at this right here. The president's, oh, he's fantastic. His thoughts, his incredible. I've got something here which is important. Let me see if I can explain this to you. First and foremost, this is the chance for the president to say, this is our midterms personified. This is it exactly. That's number one. Number two, they're going to be claiming all of a sudden that they care about whether the president is overdoing his jurisdiction. Gavin Newsom's going to say, no, this is our deal. This is our movement. And who are you to come in and threaten to seek, quote, order and the like in the state of California? This is my state. These are my people, okay? Now, the president could say, well, let me explain something to you. Let's assume, for reasons that I don't understand, let's assume there is a Japanese invasion, a Chinese invasion, a Ukrainian, whatever it is. Let's assume it occurs in California, on California. Okay, let's assume. Do you think it would be up to Gavin Newsom to stop an invasion of our country? Do you think it would be up to us to say, well, that is California? No. The president would say, excuse me, you're being invaded. This is an attack. This is a civil war. This is an insurrection. This is seditious conspiracy. This is whatever you want to call it. This is not up to you. Not only that, it's not up to you when you're not doing anything. This is war. Understand what we're talking about. This is not an exaggeration. I'm not, sometimes it's very easy for people to use the word war, like people use the word communism. It's not communism. This is war. And what the president needs to do is simply this. Watch what I do. All of a sudden, there needs to be the sound, the rumble, the attack, the full cacophony of all things, the military. In levels and at levels nobody's ever seen. They need to see moving in a group of people wearing uniforms that don't necessarily have a name on it, or a rank, or any kind of an affiliation. Is this the Army? Is this the Navy? What is this? What is this precisely? Who are these people? Don't know. They need to be kettled and corralled. The Russians did that. That was a technique they used against the Ukrainians. They would surround them and basically just move in and let them just surround them. Just surround them. You can't get out. Now yous can't leave. Remember that great line from Bronx Tale? Yous can't leave. And all of a sudden there's this surrounding. And they're wondering what's going on. Then all of a sudden they start to see 100 to 200 drones that come out of nowhere and scare the living shit out of these people. Drones the size of Buicks. Not that little drone in your backyard. Not the one that takes pictures, but drones. These monsters. The one off in Newark, or New Jersey, that nobody ever, owned up to. We got to make sure we tell these people, say, wow, what is this? Lights go on, psychological. Then things like nobody's ever seen. Weird sprayings. a mist. New DARPA objects and weapons. Things that affect heat. Things that affect heat sensitivity. Things that affect the ability to recognize heat. Things that cause itching. Things that cause noise, sonic noise. Things that make you sick to your stomach, where you drop to your knees and you cover your ears because you are sonically sick. We're not done yet. Nobody's fired a shot. Nobody's fired a shot. And all of a sudden they say, what is this? And everybody's on the ground. Are they dead? No. They may wish they're dead, but no. We're going to try some shit you've never seen before. And then we're going to pick up the phone and we're going to say, Kash Patel, get your ass over here now. Get the FBI. And I want you to start processing all these people federally. Everybody who was arrested, everybody caught in the cordon, everybody who was called, I believe it's called, dear friend, I think it's called kettling. I believe it is called kettling technique. It's a wonderful technique. It's called kettling. And this is this is a containment or corralling. It's a controversial crowd control tactic used by police and military units to control large groups of people, especially during protests or riots. Kettling is used when law enforcement surrounds a group of people, blocking all escape routes, and forces them into a confined area, usually on a street or a plaza. They are then held for an extended period, sometimes hours, with no ability to leave, even if they're peaceful or uninvolved. Imagine being boxed in by riot police on all sides, like people were on January 6th, like innocent people were who were just standing there taking pictures, people who had nothing to do with insurrection, even though people who were there, even the Sonny Bono-looking dude with the Valkyrie helmet. And then each one of them processed and taken off and put into FEMA holding areas. You might call them a FEMA camp. I call it a FEMA holding area because this is a federal emergency. And we get each person and we take a biometric of them and we take them off. They're moved someplace being held pending an adjudication of what it is they're doing. And it might be an abandoned federal Air Force base. It might be, I don't know. And they're just not seen. And they're undocumented. So people are going to say, who do you have? I don't know. Just like we said, who do you have on January 6th? I don't know. Those are American citizens. American citizens. Norm Eisen and those folks loved it. We've got Pedro and Consuela. I don't know where they're from. I don't know what you're talking about. Then we get a hold of Peter Thiel, Elon, and we say, now listen, Elon, now's your chance for you to work yourself back into our good graces. I want you and your Silicon Valley people to find out who's in charge of Antifa, who are these people, what are they doing, and how do we stop them, and how do we get these bastards. Our good friend, who is this here? Our good friend, Chris Cox says, hello, Mr. Earl, we can't sleep either. Pretty exciting happenings. Indeed. It's sad to say that, Chris, but it is true, and thank you for your kindness, sir. So we get a hold of Peter Thiel. We say, well, here exactly is Antifa. Antifa is this, and this. The money comes from this organization, from BLO splinter groups, and all of those people have their money seized, their assets frozen, their social media just suspended. Anybody who uses Twitter, or X, I should say, to plan and to scope out and to organize unrest must be stopped immediately. Peter Thiel, use your Palantir for good. Find out who these people are. I need 400, 500 likes, my friend. I need 500. What am I doing? I think. Oh, hope you can hear me on this. I need the likes. I need the likes. And we are making such an impact. We have had more people jump on board and join the Lionel Nation Conspiratorium, thanks to you. But we got to make sure we get the word out. That's why I'm spending, believe me, sleep is a bit of a premium, but what are you going to do? Seriously, I take this very seriously. I'm not going to be like Fox News and just show you Tom Homan for the up. Look, God bless Tom Homan, but enough's enough. Tom Homan is not the Department of Justice. Tom Homan is not super secret. There are 17 intel agencies in this country. 17. And Tulsi Gabbard is not in charge of the CIA. She's in charge. She's director of national intelligence. I want to know who these people are. I want their bank accounts shut down. We had PayPal shut down. If somebody wanted to just do a Patreon or something for, I don't know, they wanted to shut us down because we were doing hate speech. These people are involved in hate. I want biometrics on all these people, every single one. I want to find out who they are, and I want to have some mass adjudication. We're going to have some Air Force base when there's going to be a trial. Everybody goes to this Air Force base. Everybody goes to this Air Force base. Do you understand this? Everybody goes to this Air Force base. Everybody involves themselves there. Everybody goes and everybody involves themselves there. And this is what we do. Now listen, I'm serious. This is really good stuff. This is war. And I don't care what you are, what you feel, what you believe, or what you think. I'm telling you right now, I want to hit them with the latest nonsense you have ever imagined. I want you to understand and to see what it looks like when we come after them. I want them to be shocked. I want them to tremble. I want them to say, who's this? I want the Norm Eisens and the Adam Schiffs and all these other people to sit back and say, wait a minute. What the hell's going on here? Did I hear you speak against Tom Homan? I must have heard wrong. No, against Tom Homan is good. Tom Homan does some things. He says some good things. If you can understand him, he's a little clearer. But Tom Homan is not in charge of the DOJ. Tom Homan's a good man, but Tom Homan is not. Tom Homan says the right thing, but Tom Homan is not Kash Patel, that idiot who wants to go on the Joe Rogan show and show, look, I'm working out. Look, I'm not that weird guy with the bug eyes. I'm a cool guy, right, Joe? Kash Patel actually had his FBI badge on his belt. Are you kidding me? J. Edgar Hoover wouldn't have that, so no. So Tom Homan's a good guy, but has Tom Homan stopped anything? No. I mean, he's there. He's part of the. He's doing the best he can. That's not what this is. This is beyond Tom Homan. This is really. Can you imagine somebody just ask, "Is this live?" Bad Beat Billy. You don't know if this is live or not. You don't see these people. What are you talking about? I need 500 likes, my friends. I need 500 likes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the story. This is the story. Let me tell you something, okay? This is the story, okay? Great minds think alike, period. Stay tuned, period. Now, we also, there's some Pentagon disinformation that fueled America's UFO mythology. Bullshit. Bullshit. Let me explain something if you've just tuned in. We are a group of people who don't necessarily, how do I say this? We're a group of people who don't necessarily believe things. We don't. Is that Ramona? Ramona says public mucking for the financiers. Indeed. Indeed. I'm going to give you a little grazie mille. This is for you. A little, there we go. A little bit of that for you. There we go. A little period. Grazie mille. There you go. There you go. Paula says, why won't they arrest Newsom? That's a great question. Why would they arrest Newsom? What is Newsom doing? You have to understand and you have to exhaust all of the remedies available. You don't want to arrest heads of state and leaders initially. Later on we will. He has to do something. He is not acting enough. He is acting, believe it or not, within the confines of his jurisdiction. Mulching in a Ramona says, mulching in a chipper. Oh, Ramona, you son of a gun, you. But I'll tell you what, she brings up a good point. This is a great, great point. Paula M. channel, she's absolutely correct. We'll see about that. Remember what's happening. If you aid, abet, counsel, procure, or hire. Understand this? If you aid, abet, help, counsel, procure, or hire, you will find yourself in the position of being an accessory. You can also obstruct justice. You can do a lot of things. If there is an active warrant out for, let's say, if John Dillinger, if during the when the FBI was after John Dillinger, somebody at some point would have said in the old days, you know what? We're not going to how do I say this? We're going to let's say I'm the mayor of Chicago. Where did they get Dillinger? The Biograph Theater? I think it was Chicago, wasn't it? Lady in Red. In any event, let's assume I like him. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to say, hey, Dillinger, they're looking for you. Well, that's clearly an obstruction of justice. If Gavin Newsom, remember, Gavin Newsom is doing everything in his power to build up some type of a group, some type of following for midterms, let me know. I'll let you know. Paula says Newsom admits he's impeding ICE mission. Well, he's not, Paula, he's not saying he's impeding. He's not saying he's lawfully violating. What he's saying is, as we double those likes, by the way, I'm sorry to be such a pain in the ass about that, but likes are the metrics that put us on the map. What he's saying is, you're acting accordingly. Let me give you a couple of things right now. This is what, do you see what Kamala is saying? Let me see what's going on here. This is what Kamala is saying. Let me see here. Let me see here. That's not it. Let me see here. Well, I'm going to change my thing here. This is very interesting. Let me see this. Add an existing account. I want you to read specifically, please, please, please find out and make sure you go to, and this is important, make sure you go to my X account, the X account. And that is the, which is a Twitter. Go to Lionel Media. Hang on a minute. Let me see. Let me see this. Anyway, go to Lionel Media. We will get to the bottom of this specifically to find out how this thing works. I've got, let me see this. Hang on a minute. Just a minute, my friends. There we go. All righty. Are we having we're having some kind of fun now. Just a minute. Just a minute. There we go. All righty. Let me go back here. Let me read you one thing which is important. This is critical. This is what Gavin Newsom is saying. Federalization of the California National Guard. Dear Secretary Hegseth, the President may call into federal service members and units of the National Guard. Read this. This is very interesting. This is his legal affairs secretary claiming inter alia that there's no basis. But listen to what Kamala D. Harris says. Kamala D. Did you know there was a D? Los Angeles is my home. And like so many Americans, I am appalled at what we are witnessing on the streets of our city. Deploying the National Guard is a dangerous escalation meant to provoke chaos. In addition to the recent ICE raids in Southern California and across our nation, it is part of the Trump administration's cruel, calculated agenda to spread panic and division. This administration's actions are not about public safety. They're about stoking fear, fear of a community demanding dignity and due process. Protest is a powerful tool, essential in the fight for justice. And as the LAPD, mayor, and governor have noted, demonstrations in defense of our immigration neighbors have been overwhelmingly peaceful. Really? Okay. Now let me explain something to you. The president's going to have to ask a very simple question. Do we come after you, Kamala, or not? Do we come after you or not? I think it's time we're going to show you a few things. And we're going to do some really nasty shit. First of all, the crap that we've got, your personal travails, the Willie years, the Montel years, everything else, up to and including Dougie, everybody, and that weird daughter of yours, we're going to show you what happens when you F with the Falcon. We're going to make you say, no way am I going to do this again. I don't know who this Trump guy is. I don't know what got into him, but I'll be damned if I'm going to deal with him. I'll be damned if I'm going to deal with this guy. He's out of his mind. He's crazy. That's exactly what I want to hear. That is exactly what I want to hear. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? That is precisely and exactly. I want a new Trump, a new MAGA. I want you to show everything, okay? The most important aspect of everything right now, listen to me, is to take this stupid namby-pamby Fox News, News Nation, Newsmax, Breitbart. It's nice. It's nice. Let's talk about the big... No. We are like the Delta Force. We are a part of the conspiratorium. We're the people you call in. We're like, it's not like a dark web, but we're like the Delta Force of this. We are not into this. We don't have left or right. We're not Republicans. We want to defend our country. And like I've always said, I don't fear Iran or Russia or anybody. I fear people in my country. That's who I fear. You hear what I'm saying? This is not some kind of a joke. The president has got to show you, and he needs people like us. Let me also tell you something. While the president loves to go to UFC and all this stuff, there is this world out there that I want to tell you about. And I mentioned this last night. There's this idea of what a man is, or what brutal is, or what dangerous is. And a lot of folks think that, you know, the Don Fries and the Severins and all these others, and Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. Joe's great. But they want to do this rear naked choke, and they think this is tough. They think these people are tough. The most dangerous people in the world are those who don't play by a little game where you go like this. All right, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. There's no giving up in my book. There's no giving up. There's no tapping out. There's no. Joe Rogan one time said, he said, you know, boxing is great, but boxing has rules. When you're in UFC, if you're in a fight, you got to get to the ground. And what do you do then? What do you do then? Do you finish somebody off? Of course not. They don't know how to do that. They have rules, and it's very nice, and it looks good, and it's a bunch of people trying to act tough with cauliflower ears and tattoos. The baddest ass people in the world are people with ties. They used to carry a briefcase. They used to carry a slide rule. Those are the dangerous ones. I think the most dangerous person on the president and his administration is Stephen Miller. That is the face of a killer. I say that with all due respect. Stephen Miller is a killer. And I want to introduce groups of people. I want to have all these people picked up, flown out, and sent to an Air Force base where we have summary deportation hearings there. Not in Southern District of New York. You can go anywhere you want. You don't have to be in the jurisdiction. You want to do private, we'll give it to you. at Lackland Air Force Base, Eglin. I don't know, maybe someplace on a mesa somewhere in the middle of Arizona. I don't give a shit. They get their due process. You're charged with this and get out. But we biometrically scan and we go after Antifa. And then one day you wake up and you realize there's the biggest, this will make the Rudy Giuliani mafia case look like nothing. Because the mafia never did anything to affect me. The mafia may have affected concrete rates or whatever it is, but they never affected me. They killed each other, and I didn't really give a shit one way or the other. This is a different story. This is war, my friends. I can't say this enough. I can't put this into perspective. And we can talk about this all we want. And we can, we can do that Fox News stuff. And God bless Fox News. But that's for children. That's kindergarten. That's for people who really don't want to spend enough time or don't have the attention span that we do. So I want to thank you. I want to. By the way, it wasn't Besant, I hear. Besant. Can you imagine this? Besant? The guy who has that little pink house, and Besant, he's a pretty tough guy. Look, I don't know what the hell's going on with Elon. I don't really care about that shit. But that's a waste of time. I don't care about the big, beautiful bill. This is what I care about. This is it. You understand what I'm saying? And we know more. We have more tricks up our sleeves than you will ever understand. You think DARPA's good? So anyway, my friends, I got to get ready. I got to go on the air. Go to 77 WABC, 77 WABC, or WABCradio.com. Get the app. And when you call up, make sure you say you're from Lionel Nation so I can give you a shout out. And I'd love to actually talk to some of you great people that I've just spoken to here, because you're my family and I love you. And this is when we're the best. This is when we're the best, when our country needs us. All right, my friends, I love you so much. Also, later on today, 9 o'clock, I'll be doing another one of these. We're going to be doing these through the day. So get ready, my friends, get ready. I love you. Have a great and a terrific day. Don't forget, sign up for the newsletter. I have one that went out last night. One that's coming up, a drop later on about 8 o'clock. Sign up for that. It's all in the information section below. All right? You got it? All right. I love you. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the stickers. I love you, my friends. Don't forget to like this video and make sure you're subscribed to Lionel Nation. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show is over. Sue ya. Da-da.